Hello, this is HT Wingnut, and today I'm comparing the Sager NP8130 and the HP DV6z. They're similar sized notebooks, 15.6 inch, and basic specs are about the same, but the Sager has a Intel quad-core processor and a GTX 560M GPU, whereas the HP has a new AMD Llano A8 quad-core and the 6750M GPU. So you may be thinking, why would you be comparing two machines where the Sager absolutely has the better performance? Well, the HP is about $500 cheaper, and it also has a really long battery life. From my initial tests, I've seen the Sager only has about 2.5, maybe 3 if you're lucky, hours of battery, whereas on the 9-cell on the HP gives me about 7+ hours of battery life. This is the 9-cell that I got. There's also a 6-cell, a high-capacity 6-cell, and actually, if you tune the CPU on this with voltage, you can actually probably get close to 6+ hours anyways with the high-capacity 6-cell. The 9-cell comes with this extra bulge on it, which helps with the angle for typing, as well as additional cooling, because the air can get underneath there. Now, if you look at both of these laptops, if you want to compare, keyboards are both kind of a chiclet style keyboard. The touchpad on the HP is a little bit bigger, and they both have individual buttons, which is nice. They both have fingerprint readers. On that Sager, it's in between the buttons, and on the HP, it's over here. You can use that to log into your system if you want to. To me, it's more of a gimmick, but it's also a little bit convenience. If you want to look at the ports, the HP, we've got VGA, DVI, Ethernet. These are USB 3.0. They only make the connector black, which on most they're blue to differentiate from USB 3 and USB 2. That's got your audio jacks there. On the other side, you've got the blu-ray. That's standard right now on the HPs, and also has 2 USB 2.0 ports, your lock, your power cable. On the back, there are no connections. So from there, we'll go over to the Sager, which has on the left side Ethernet, 2 USB 2.0, 2 USB 3.0, a USB 2.0 FireWire and card slot. I forgot to mention on the HP, the card slot's on the front. And then on the right-hand side, we've got the optical drive, which DVD-RW standard. I upgraded to a Blu-ray on this. It's got your optical jacks and a USB 2.0 here. But on the back, which is what I like personally, is the video outputs. You've got DVI, HDMI. Sorry for the light in here; it's not real great. And the USB combo port. Now, if we turn these guys on, they both have SSDs in them, so hopefully they'll boot up fairly quickly. They both come with a 1080p screen. Actually, Sager has an upgraded 985% color gamut screen. They're both matte screens, which means anti-glare. That definitely helps. This is definitely the nicer screen, but the viewing angles on the HP are good, and actually in general the color representation isn't too bad. Neither one of these has been calibrated yet, but I plan on doing that soon. This one I've got the fingerprint scanner, and here we go. You can see viewing angles pretty decent on the Sager, and side to side, same thing with the HP. Actually is not too bad. It fades out a little bit quicker, but it's not too bad actually. So The HP has a lit touchpad, the two separate buttons down below. You can turn off that light if you don't like it with the function and space key. Double tap that corner to turn off the touchpad completely. Very similar keyboard layouts. The one difference on Sega, they decided to go with the smaller shift key with full-size up and down arrow keys. On the HP, they've got the smaller up and down arrow keys with a full longer shift key. Not a huge deal. Otherwise, it's nice to have that separate number pad on there. As far as performance, I will try to run some benchmarks in a little bit, but basically the GTX 560 is definitely a much more powerful processor, but surprisingly on this AMD, it seems the asymmetrical crossfire between the integrated GPU on the CPU and the actual dedicated GPU, which is a 6750M, it can get near, well, by benchmarks, it gets close to the 460M, which is the predecessor to this 560M in here, which is slightly slower, but it can approach that performance level. Although in reality, when gaming, I've found that it's not quite up to snuff there, but there's still a lot of driver development that needs to be done. And I guess that's it for the general overview for now.